You are listening to Thinner Peace in Menopause and Beyond with Dr. Deb Butler. This is episode number 251. Welcome to Thinner Peace in Menopause and Beyond. This is Dr. Deb Butler, Master Life and Weight Coach, and as always, your coach. If you're a woman and you're smart and you're successful and you've been struggling with weight your whole life, and now menopause is making it harder than ever, and you are ready to make this the last time you ever have to go on a diet again, then this podcast is for you. Stay tuned. Hi, my dear friends. Happy winter. I don't know about you, but it's pretty cold around here. I am really enjoying the cold weather. You know, it's all how you think about it. That's what I have to say. Because I used to believe there was a time, maybe 20 years ago, when I absolutely believed without a doubt that when it was winter and when it got cold outside, you know who did not go out there. You know who did not go for any type of movement or exercise or anything. And you know what? When I was a chiropractor, I had so many patients that would say to me, oh yeah, it's winter. I don't work out in the winter. I can't go out. And you know, this is what I'm really talking about today, is about this thinner peace mindset. So my mindset or my belief system used to be, I don't work out in cold weather. I mean, I believed it was too cold and you couldn't do it. I believed it was a fact. I believed it. I thought it for so long that it actually was a fact to me. And you know, I talk to you a lot about the difference between a circumstance and a fact and a thought. And the difference between a fact and a thought, or the difference between a circumstance and a thought, is very important because when I work with my clients, I make it really imperative that they understand that when they're telling a story to themselves and they're creating negative emotion with their thoughts, that they have to know what they're thinking, but they also have to know what the facts are. Now, what I see so much in my coaching is that so many of my clients, especially in the beginning, they get it mixed up and they think, just like me, I thought you don't work out in the winter. I thought that was a fact. I didn't think anybody did that. That's how much I believed it, is I didn't see anything about the people did because I believed they didn't, so I didn't see it. And I have so many patients that did the same thing. But one Christmas, and this is just so fascinating to me, one Christmas, my husband got me warm weather clothes for moving your body. You know, the interesting material that we have now that lets you go out. You don't have to wear loads and loads of clothes anymore. You can wear a couple layers and you can still feel really light, but pretty warm. Well, he got me a bunch of this stuff and I looked at him and I thought he was absolutely crazy because I thought he knew that I don't do that. I do not go out in the winter. I do not go move my body in the winter. I just don't do it. I get ready to either gain weight, to get depressed, whatever it is that I do when I don't move my body, because moving my body gives me so many great value. And when I was younger, like 20 years ago, which was a long time ago already, but it's something that I just didn't do. And I also didn't feel as good in the winter. So fast forward, that Christmas that he gave me those clothes and I put them on. It took me a while to put them on because I still thought, what is this going to do? I don't really do this in the winter. But I finally tried it and it changed everything. I got different clothes and I thought different thoughts. But here's the truth. You don't have to get the clothes. You just have to change the thinking, right? So, you know, now what do you think I think about when it's cold? Not much other than it's cold. Just like in the summer, it's warm. Sometimes it's hot. Sometimes it's warm. Sometimes it's cold. Sometimes it's just the way I like it. Just like Goldilocks. But it really doesn't matter if it's cold or if it's warm. I know I'm going to go out there anyway, and I know I'm going to get used to it. And I wear the right clothes and I do the right things, but I go out no matter what the weather. because now my mindset is I work out in all weather, including rain and snow. I do it all. And you know what? I love it all. And every single type of weather creates a different type of experience. But I let myself go out there because I believe it's something that I do now. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, about your mind and your mindset, because I'm doing another free webinar and it's all about the thinner peace mindset. You know, what you think. And I believe that the tools that I teach help you change the way you think about your body, about what you do with your body, about food, what you do with food, why you put food in your mouth, why you don't put food in your mouth. Not so much about what you're eating, but what you're thinking. Kind of just the same thing about how I thought about working out. I didn't work out in the winter. I just didn't do it because I believed that I couldn't. I believed it was too cold. I believed I would die if I went out in cold weather. It was just crazy thinking. So I wonder with you, what kind of crazy thinking have you got going on that's creating either overeating joy foods, not feeling your emotions because you think that if you did, you would be overtaken by them and you would never recover? I have so many clients that believe that. Or maybe you believe that you're strong and strong women don't feel their emotions. Maybe you have a belief system like that. Or maybe you have a thought that you can't have certain foods and be at a certain weight. Now, all of these thoughts I want to show you are just erroneous. It is stinking thinking. It is believing things that do not give you the results that you want. So in this free webinar that I'm doing, you can get all the details by going to drdebbutler.com/free, or you can go to my website, drdebbutler.com/251, and you can see all the show notes that on this episode that I'm doing, everything that I'm talking about, you can get all the information. So there's going to be a couple ways for you to get the information for the free webinar. I did one last week and it was so much fun and people got so much out of it that I decided to do it again. So it'll be on Tuesday. It'll be at 11:30 Central. And, go to my website, go sign up. It's free. But this is what I'm doing is I want to show you how to create a mindset that will give you what you want. I call it the thinner peace mindset because not only do you want to be thinner, but you want to be at peace. I've been thin many times in my life and not at peace. I've been at war myself and been thin. I want to teach you how to be thin. I want to teach you how to be healthy. And I want to teach you how to be happy and peaceful with wherever you are. If you go onto my website and you look under transformations, you're going to see so many of my clients telling you so many things about their experience of working with me. And one of the things that seems to be what I hear all the time is it changed everything. It changed my life. And I know sometimes it sounds kind of sappy, but here's the thing. A lot of people say it. So if you're interested in changing your mindset about your body or about food, or maybe just about the weather, you've got to join me for my webinar. I would love to meet you. And I'm going to be coaching. So if you want the experience of being coached by me, because if you want to change your mindset, get coached by me. It'll happen really fast. I can guarantee you that. And the other thing is I'm going to talk to you about my new class that's getting ready to open up. So if you've been hearing about my class, because I've been talking about it, the doors open a couple times a year and they're opening again soon. If this is something that you've been thinking about, maybe you wanted to work individually with me, or maybe you just want to be in a group session, but now I offer that. And it is what I'll talk about. It's the individual program that I use with my clients. I'm using it in the group setting now. So there's a couple really good reasons to come join me on this webinar. Change your mindset, or really change your mindset. So that's what I've got to offer you today is you want to change your mindset, you want a thinner peace mindset, come join me. And you know what else I want to say to you today? Because I would never leave a podcast without saying it to you. No matter what else you do today, no matter where else you go today, please, please, please be kind to yourself, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. If you're loving my podcast and you would like some more information to be able to follow along with, then please go to drdebbutler.com/change and you can get a free copy of my companion book that goes with this podcast that I refer to in many different episodes. That is drdebbutler.com/change. CHANGE.